Welcome to all of you. Myself Dr. Neha Desai from Department of Chemistry, RBNB College, Srirampur. Today we will start with the paper number CH334 Analytical Chemistry for TYBSc. In that course we will start with the chapter Spectrophotometry. In spectrophotometry, the different points that we are going to discuss, they are as follows. So the first point is the electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation and interaction of radiation with matter. So what is mean by electromagnetic radiation? And before that we will see what is mean by spectroscopy. So spectroscopy is one of the analytical technique which is considered as the most useful and promising technique which is used for the study of interaction of molecular structure or interaction of the electromagnetic radiation with the molecular structure. So what is mean by spectroscopy? If you see the spectroscopy is considered as the one of the most useful analytical technique which is used for the study and the determination of different molecular structure. In that technique, or it is the branch of a science which deals with the study of electromagnetic radiation. With matter. So if you consider the electromagnetic radiation, this electromagnetic radiation, it has a wave-like nature. So how the concept of traveling wave it looks, it has a crest and a trough. So the electromagnetic radiation, it has a dual nature. So if you consider the wave-like nature, it looks like this. So the upper region, it is known as the crest, and the lower region, it is known as the trough. So this is about the wave-like nature of electromagnetic radiation. And what is mean by wavelength, what is mean by frequency, or what is mean by wave number? These are the different terminologies we are using in spectrophotometry. So we will see first about the definition of a wavelength. Wavelength, which is always represented by the letter lambda. So the distance between the two successive maxima, it is known as the wavelength. So what is actually the distance between the two successive maxima? If you see the nature of a electromagnetic radiation, which is a wave-like nature, so the distance between these two successive maxima, it is known as the lambda or the wavelength. So how you can define the wavelength? The distance between two successive maxima is known as And if you consider the units of wavelength, then wavelength it is always represented in terms of either a nanometer or centimeter or Armstrong. So what are the units of wavelength? So these are the different units of wavelength. How these different units of wavelength they are related with each other? The first thing is that if you consider 1 Armstrong which is equal to 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter or 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter or which is equal to 0.1 nanometer. So this is 1 Armstrong which is equal to 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter which is equal to 0.1 nanometer. So this is about the first terminology used in spectrophotometry, that is wavelength. The distance between the two successive maxima is called as wavelength in spectrophotometry, and the unit of wavelength are nanometer, centimeter or Armstrong. After the wavelength, the second term used in spectrophotometry is frequency, and the third one is the wave number. So frequency, it is denoted by the letter nu. So what is the definition for frequency? Frequency, it is defined as the number of complete wavelength units passing through a given point in a unit time is called as frequency. So as far as the definition is considered, the number of complete wavelength units passing through a given point in a unit time is called as frequency. Frequency is always denoted by the letter nu. Now what is the unit of frequency? Hertz is the unit of frequency. So it is generally expressed in terms of cycles per second or hertz. So what are the units? Hertz or frequency is always expressed in terms of cycles per second. So what is mean by 1 hertz? 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. So this is the relationship between the hertz and the cycle per second. 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. Now after that, the third term used, it is wave number. It is represented by the letter nu bar. What is mean by wave number? It is the number of waves per centimeter in a vacuum. So the third term is the wave number. Wave number denoted by nu bar, and wave number, it is the number of waves It is the number of waves per centimeter in a vacuum. So this is about the third term, that is wave number. What is relationship between the wave number and the wavelength? Wave number nu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda. That is simply it is the reciprocal of the wavelength. Now we have seen the three terms so far. First one is the wavelength, second one is the frequency, and third one is the wave number. Now what is the relationship between all these three? This is our next point of discussion, that is relationship between frequency, wave number and a wavelength. So the product of wavelength and the frequency is equal to the velocity of the wave in a medium. So velocity is equal to lambda into nu. That means the product of wavelength and the frequency that will give you the value of velocity of a wave in a vacuum. Now we know the velocity of light. So the velocity of light, it is represented by the letter c. So which is maximum, so that we can write lambda into nu is equal to c, which is equal to 3 into 10 raised to which is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 10 centimeter per second. Okay, so lambda into v means wavelength into frequency, which is equal to the velocity of wave in a vacuum, so which is equal to the velocity of light. We know the value of velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 10 centimeter per second. Therefore what is the next relation we can write? 1 upon lambda. 1 upon lambda, that is nothing but the wave number, is equal to the next thing is nu into c. So we can write it as 1 upon lambda. 1 upon lambda, it is nothing but the wave number. Wave number is equal to 1 upon lambda. Therefore we can write it as nu bar is equal to nu upon c. Okay, so finally what we can write? Frequency is equal to 1 upon lambda, which is equal to v upon c. So this is the final relation between the wavelength, wave number and the frequency. Now after studying the relation, the next point from the syllabus is the interaction of the radiations with matter. So if you see the complete spectrum, then there are different regions, that is gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, visible rays, IR rays, microwave rays. So each and every region, it is associated with a particular wavelength. And in what is the result of the interaction of these different types of region with a matter? This is our next point of discussion. How the different rays, they interact with a matter and what is the result of their interaction. So the next point is interaction of the radiation with matter. So what is the result of the interaction with matter? For that we have to see the three columns. that is the entire range over which the electromagnetic radiation exists. That spectrum is known as electromagnetic spectrum of radiation. So the 3 points that we are going to study, that is about the wavelength. Second one is the region which is associated with that particular wavelength. And the third one is the result of interaction. So the first is if the wavelength it is less than 10 raised to minus 1 nanometer, then the region associated with them, it is the gamma radiations. And what is the result of this interaction? That is change in the nuclear configuration takes place. Okay, so what is the result of the interaction? Change of nuclear interaction. So, change of the nuclear configuration. Now, after this, the second region which is associated is the X-rays. For X-rays, wavelength is in the range of 10 raised to minus 1 to 10 nanometer. And the region associated with them, it is X-rays. What is the result of their interaction? That is change of electron distribution. This is change of electron distribution. Now, after this, what is about the third wavelength? That is 10 to 400 nanometer, that is UV region. What is the result of interaction of the UV region? Here again the change of electron distribution takes place. If you see the first one, change of nuclear configuration, that is the rearrangement of the nuclear particles takes place as a result of interaction of the gamma radiations with the matter. The second one is the X-rays. X-rays, they are in the region of 10 raised to minus 1 to 10 nanometer. When X-rays are interacted with the matter, then again change of electron distribution takes place. That is, the energy changes involving the inner electrons of atom or molecule takes place due to X-ray interaction. Now, as a result of UV region or the UV rays, again the change of electron distribution takes place, but here the energy changes are involved. So here again the interaction result is change of electron distribution. After this, the next is the region 400 to 700 nanometer, which we call it as the visible region of the electromagnetic spectrum. Then the next is the wavelength in the region of 400 to 700, which is known as again the visible region. Again change of electron distribution takes place. After the gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays and the visible range, the next come in picture, that is the IR rays. Okay, so as a result of interaction of the IR radiations, the change of configuration takes place. Change of configuration means change in the vibrational motions of the molecule takes place. So the next is the IR region. IR radiations, and these IR radiations, they are in the region of 10 raised to 3 to 10 raised to 5 nanometer. And what is the result of the IR radiation? That is, as a result of interaction of the IR radiations with the matter, change of configuration takes place. Now, after this, the next is the wavelength in the region of 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to 7, which is known as the microwave radiations. What is the result of interaction of the microwave radiations with the matter? Change in orientation takes place. After this, when you are dealing with the radio waves, they are in the region of 1 to 100 centimeter. These radio waves, change of spin, that is reversal of the spin, takes place. Change of spin takes place, and after that, the radio waves, these are for the radio waves from the ESR, that is electron spin resonance spectroscopy, and another radio waves they are obtaining from the NMR, that is nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So they are in the region of 100 to 1000 centimeter. They are again radio waves, but these are the radio waves obtaining from the NMR. And what is the result of this? That is change of spin or reversal of the spin of the nucleus takes place. Here the change of spin of electron takes place. Here the change of spin in the nucleus takes place. So this complete chart will tell you the result of interaction of the different radiations with matter and what is the region associated with these different types of radiations. Now after this we will see the different terminologies used in the absorption measurement, but for today we will stop here.